Right, a very good evening. Here we are, nice short flight today. Ryanair 143, which is a real flight. It is actually departing departing at 9:30, arriving into Dublin at 5 to 11. We are just going to do an early departure. It departed yesterday at 8:09 p.m. and arrived in Dublin at 9:13, so I guess Friday it probably has a different schedule. Yeah, it has a different schedule. I can see that on FlightAware. But anyway, a little bit early of the schedule, but nonetheless, we shall get the flight going. Right, just need to get, okay, just setting everything up on the SimBrief side. Cool. Right, here we are. Let's get started then, without further ado. Where are we? Oh, we're at a. Oh, I haven't changed the airport. That would help. So let's go ahead and do that to Gatwick, and it's already put us at gate 33L. That's fine. We can take 33L. That's not a problem. Right. So as we load back into it, we can do the pre-flight planning and the dispatch. So flight plan is obtained and filed. Passengers and cargo. Okay. Now that we're at Gatwick, let's get the flight started. So let's attach the jetway here, and then we can start the flight leg here as well. Okay, chocks are set, and GPU. Let's connect the GPU as well. Doors. Let's get the cargo doors open, and the front entry open as well. So. Here we are. So these, yeah, let's pretend like we're loading up, and fuel is being loaded as well. Okay, so looking at the flight, how are we looking today? Okay, let's have a look at the flight plan once again. The briefing, shall I say? Cool. So yeah, so this is FR143, which is Ryanair 143, 31st of Jan 26, departing at 8:30. We are departing a bit early, an hour early from schedule. Actually, I think I put the schedule as 8 p.m., which is fine anyway. So planned fuel, so trip fuel is going to be 2440 kilograms, which is 56 minutes. Contingency is 652. 652. Alternate is 1230, which is Shannon Airport, half an hour from Dublin. Final res is 30 minutes, which is 1064, no additional fuel. So planned takeoff fuel is 5386, which equates to 2 hours and 10 minutes of flying time. With that, we have taxi fuel 227, which is 20 minutes. It shouldn't take us that much. But the block fuel that we are going to obtain is 5613. That looks good. Let's have a look at our route. Our route today is EGKK, so Gatwick, departing 26 left, direct to Imwar. Imwar, we're going to join the N63, N63 to Voga, direct to Medog, Medog direct to Lannan, Lannan to L18 to Lipko, Lipko to direct to 8 left. At Dublin, we will do an ILS approach. So without further ado, let's go ahead and set everything up. Let's get the battery guys switched on and ground power connected. Okay, wait for everything to load up. Whilst we do, we can do the checklists on here. I do like the fact that it has an arrow for everything that you do within the 737 here. In fact, I'm going to use my own checklist. I've got a physical checklist in front of me. So flight plan obtained and filed. Passengers and cargo are loading right now. Fuel calculated and ordered. Weather briefing. Let's do a quick weather briefing as we have not done that just yet. Okay, so meta for AGKK right now, 1920. New one is due in 2 minutes, but yeah, wind is 16 at 5 knots, varying from 130 degrees to 190. Visibility is all the nines, so more than 10k. Scattered at 3,200. And temperature's 8 degrees and dew point is 6, so slightly warmer today. QNH 1002, and we can see no clouds, and that equates to sort of a high pressure, or scattered clouds anyway. Yeah, so slightly higher pressure today in the UK it seems, which equates to stable weather. Right, fuel payload. Okay, cool. Let's yeah, it's slightly different with the 737, the Zebo mod. It doesn't actually do all of this automatically, so we'll have to go ahead and do this. So payload is, our payload total is 18779 kilograms. Center that, and then it automatically sort of adjusts where everyone sits. It's looking good, and our fuel today is going to be, as we said, 5613, 5613. Center that in there. Our total, our takeoff weight is 67276. 67276. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. Cool. Weather briefing is done. NOTAMs checked and noted. Charts we have ready for use, although we're not really on a departure or arrival because it's a fairly short flight, and our operation center today has just given us a more direct route. Still a real life route on SimBrief. We've just gone for the route that the aircraft flew yesterday. Okay, so aircraft acceptance. So let's pretend the first stop is this. Done a quick walk around of the aircraft itself, and everything is looking good. Lovely, lovely aircraft, nice and shiny. This Zebra mod is incredible, really. And I haven't flown the 737 in a little while, so I'm excited to fly this. Actually, I've been very Airbus heavy recently, so let's go ahead and fly this for a change. Fuel is loaded and verified, so we have 5620. We requested 5613. That's looking good. Doors and stairs ready for boarding. Passengers are in fact boarding right now, so aircraft acceptance complete. Cockpit acceptance, so parking brake is set. And we can verify. Oh, it wasn't set. It is set now. Oh, I thought it was set. This is why we have a checklist. So batteries are on, external powers on, electric, hydraulic 1 and 2 need to go off. Landing gear is down, start levers. We can do idle, then cut off, idle, then cut off. Overhead valve lights illuminated. They are illuminated here, as you can see. As I put both of them on, they get illuminated and off, illuminated. Ground power's on. Fire warning systems. Let's go ahead and test the fire warning system. So on a Boeing, it's down here. So let's do a test there for the inop. That's fine. Okay, looks good. And then cargo fire we can test from down here. That's looking good. Let's see what we have in terms of pedestal. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we can do the we can do a test here. That looks good as well. Emergency exits armed. Emergency exits are armed. Signs both on, so we can go ahead.
Welcome aboard. We do have a very full flight today. If you have more than one carry-on item, please place the smaller item underneath the seat in front of you. We'd like to be able to accommodate everyone's carry-on bags. Don't have to check in here at the last minute. So again, please place an item underneath the seat in front of you. Good evening and welcome aboard.
Cool. That's the purser there, letting passengers know to get seated and put their bags. Let's continue. Fire warnings systems tested. Emergency exits are tested. Signs both on. We've just switched them on here. Emergency. No smoking. We can set to on, and fasten seatbelts we have also set to on as well. Recirc fans can go on.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please recheck the security of your seatbelt.
Overhead panel, so where are we? Reset, isolation fans. Reset fans are both auto, these are both auto. Engine bleeds. We can turn to off. Passenger boarding commence. Yes, it's already commenced. So APU, let's get the APU started. So on the Boeing 737 it's slightly different. Obviously on an Airbus you have a switch, a master switch, then a on switch. But with this you press and hold start for 1, 2, 3 seconds, and then you can see this, the EGT will start rising here. You can see the oil pressure there as well. So we again, like every other APU, which is the auxiliary power unit, we're expecting a rise on the EGT and then a drop, and then the APU will be on. So once the APU is on, we will get lights on the APU gen here, which just means the APU generator. Once the APU generator, which is just a small engine, provides power to systems, we can switch the generators on once we've got generator power here. Here we are, the APU is switched on and we've got generator power, so we can switch left and right. And now we're going to bleed the air from the APU as well, so left and right both duct pressures rise, and that looks good. Overhead panel setup, we're in the overhead panel as it is. Flight control panel, which is up there, that looks good. Yep, all lights tested. Yaw damper we can not switch on right now because we need to align the IRS. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put left and right initial reference system to on, and once we do that, yep, they will both say align. So they are going to get aligned. Yaw dampers on. Fuel system panel is checked as well. Fuel system here. Can go ahead and switch on the pumps now. That's not a problem. Cabin utilities are on. IFE and flight entertainment and passenger seat power is also on. Go ahead and check the APU powers. Yeah, looking good here. Electrical panel looks good. Yeah, we've got the 3 doors open. You can see the cargo door, front end rear door, and the electric system's looking good. Right, let's see. Equipment cooling normal, lights are off. Window heat can go on now, so that is this one here. And that looks good as well. About just probe heat is off right now. This looks good as well. Anti-ice, no icing expected. Hydraulics panel, so hydraulic pumps are looking good, yeah. As expected, yeah, we've got the low pressure from left and right when the engines turn on, and we can go ahead and do that. Don't think we need the window heat right now. Maybe it just needed a reset. Give it overheat warning before. Right, system A switches are on, system B switches are on. Air conditioning panel is checked, all set to auto. And temperatures a little bit on the cooler side right now, but once the engine is started, we can go ahead and monitor that. Left pack can go onto auto and the right pack can go onto auto. Now that the air is being circulated, we should see a rise in the temperature eventually. Isolation valve is open. Right pack's on. Pressurization panel, and that looks good as well. So our cruising altitude today is 32,000 feet. So let's go ahead and set that. and our landing altitude. Let's go ahead and see. Hold on. Airport elevation is 243 feet, so yeah, 250 looks good there to me. Exterior lights as required, so what we will do now is set the anti-collision lights on, and position lights we can just set to steady for now. We can go ahead and switch the logo on as well, why not? That's looking good. FMC, flight management computer. Let's go ahead and clear that. FMC index. Now I have not done this in a while, so bear with me. Reference airport is EGKK, which is Gatwick. And our last position is 52 at that. Let's go ahead and use that value there. We could have used the GPS value as well, but that's fine. It's only a reference. And gate, we are, I forgot which gate we were, I think 33? L? Yeah, 33L. Let's go ahead and set that there. So flight plan, let's request. Now I don't know if he'll give me all of this information from SimBrief. I don't even know if this is, oh it is, cool. Route uplink ready. Looks good. So let's go ahead and load that into our FMC. EGKK to EIDW, Ryanair 121. It was Ryanair 143, so, no, that does not look right. So I think I know what's going on actually. I need to export it from, yeah, I need to export it, that's right. Okay. I know what's going on. Zebo mod, and let's go ahead and export. And then now, if we do that again, this is actually the previous flight I'd done in this aircraft, which funnily enough was the same flight, but yes, that's looking better. So yeah, it was the previous flight. So funnily enough, my last flight in this aircraft was Gatwick to Dublin as well. But anyway, that looks good. Ryanair 143 is the flight today, departing out from runway 26 left. Let's go ahead and activate
400.
that. Let's go ahead and activate that. Route 2, route 1, okay, let's go copy it, that's fine. Performance initialization. All of this is very manual on a... there we go, reserves. Start fire, FinRes. FinRes is 1 ton. Cost index today is 20. Alright, 320 is put us at 320, interesting. Seems quite high for such a short flight, but we shall see. Right, cruise wind. Average wind is 292 at 40, 292 at 40 knots. Our planned fuel today is our trip fuel looks to be 2.4, but let's go then it's 2440, so 2.5 tons, and we have got 5.6, so that looks good. Insufficient fuel. It's definitely sufficient. Yeah, plan is 2.5. Reserves. Additional reserves, we don't have any, I guess. Can I select that as 0? Maybe then it will stop. Finres we have, but that's always required anyway. But reserves, I guess we're carrying none. Cool. Performance initialization, we can go ahead and request that as well. Okay, load. Cool. That's done it all. There we go. There we go. I didn't need to do it manually. Yeah, reserves are Y0 and plan is 2.5. It's done the top of climb outside air temperature minus 51. Cruise wind 30049, slightly different to what I had from SimBrief, but that's fine. N1 limits. We can do a derated takeoff. Flaps are going to be 5. Center of gravity trim is going to be 4. Cool. All looks good. So FMC is set, route clearance is obtained, FMC version, have data check, position initialization's done. Departure arrival, let's go ahead and do that. Departure arrival, departing out of runway 26 left. And arrival should already be selected. Oh no, I guess it's not. 28 left, so let's do an ILS 28 left. Execute that and look at the legs. Didn't think we had a... Interesting. Again, direct to... Okay, I guess this has put us direct to... Cool. Yeah, direct to invert and then... Yeah, that looks fine. Let's go through our route and just make sure it's all looking good on the plan here. So zoom out slightly. So yeah, we'll depart out, direct to Ember. Departing out straight to Ember, Ember to Volvo to Medog. Dipco, decel, and then straight in, yep, runway 28 left. Okay, looks good. Legs are checked for correctness. Performance initialization is done. M1 limit set and takeoff performance is there as well. So what we can do is go to the takeoff, and that's what we need to have on our also here 143. 1443 plus 20 is 163. That needs to be on our okay, 163. It's going to be flight level 320. Departing out of runway 26 left, so let's go ahead and set that as the heading for departure. Right, hold on. Where's the that looks much better. Can actually see what's going on now. Right, MCP course, if required, not required. Flight directors, we will go ahead and select the flight directors to on. Auto throttles off. Heading, runway heading is set. Altitude set for initial clearance. We'll go ahead and set it to our final cruising altitude. Autopilots are off. PFD, primary flight display, no flags. Auto brake needs to be on RTO. Engine instruments are checked. It's all looking good. Set it to this. Here. Radios, we're not going to be working on the radios, pretend that's all done. Speed brake is down. Yep. Cool. Speed brake down. Thrust lever's idle. Yep, idle. Engine start levers are cut off. Stabilizer trim set to. We can't set it until the. How's that? Let's look. Cool. Just checking. Let's go and set the trim to 4.5 as per our strip out the panel there. Q&H. Let's see what the Q&H is now because we've got a new latest there. Let's see. Here, Gatwick Q&H is still 1002. One 1002 is set. That's good. Okay. That is good, that looks fine, so let's go ahead and say
Folks from the cockpit, I'd like to welcome you on board. We're ready up front. Everybody's closed up outside. We're just waiting to get some of our performance numbers and the clearance from air traffic control, and we should be underway. It's our pleasure having you on board with us today. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Should be underway here shortly.
Thanks for flying with Delta today.
it's not Delta, but sure, Captain. Chucks are gone, doors are all
Flight attendants,
closed.
prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call.
Cabin lighting, we shall take.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
We will do, thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Delta Flight team and our global partners, welcome on board your Delta Flight. As you're making your way to your seats, you're turning your access to step into your row and out of the aisle as quickly as possible. Allow those passengers to make their way to the seat as well.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Feel free to utilize your mobile phone, tablets, and computers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. Please also note that if you will be working on a laptop computer or enjoying any other larger electronic devices, they must be stowed either in a bag under the seat in front of you or into the overhead bins. Please do not stow these items in the seat pocket in front of you, place them directly on the floor, or hold them on your lap during taxi, takeoff, and landing. This is not just a Delta policy, but an FAA regulation for your safety. I'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board. Ladies and gentlemen, we have received our final paperwork, and we are ready for an immediate departure. Before we can move the aircraft, all passengers must be seated with your seatbelts securely fastened.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to
In the
connect.
upright and locked position, and your aisle armrests are lowered.
Connecting to the aircraft. Come on then. Looks good. Oh, we haven't toggled to the jetway here. Before he does that, let's detach the jetway.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Let's go ahead and turn the elapsed time on now. Okay, let's go ahead and start the engines. So, starting engine 2. Ready for start. Into leaders on. Let's go ahead and turn the backs off, as we do need to start engines. So as we turn the backs off, so the air is not circulating to the cabin. It forces the air into the engine for a start. At 25 N2, we put some fuel into the engine. So 25. Go ahead and set the fuel curve to idle.
As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety.
Wow. That's cool. Right, engine 2 looks good. Starting engine 1. N2 rising. N1, sorry. N1. N2 rising for engine 1. N1 stable for engine 2. That's 25. Let's go pump the fuel into that.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
There we are. Both engines have started. Alright, looks good. Let's go ahead and disconnect that. Let's go ahead and turn the engine generators on. APU one's gone off, so we can go ahead and turn the packs on as well. APU bleed off. Reset on isolation valve is on auto.
Cell is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Probe heat can now go on as well, and we can shut the APU. Taxi light goes on, so we can see where we're taxiing to. Okay, looks good. Let's go ahead and taxi. So we're in Kilo Alpha right now. Right turn onto Kilo, left onto November, all the way down, left onto Alpha Sierra, that's left onto Alpha November actually. Let's take that, and then right onto Mike. Taxi with Mike, that should take us to threshold of 26 left. Alright, parking brake can go off now.
Most seat cushions can be used for flotation.
Cool, so we're on Kilo Alpha right now. Like I said, right turn onto Kilo. That was Kilo Alpha, we're on Kilo now. On Kilo left on to November, so let's go ahead and see. That should be the next left turn there, yep, November. Is that taxiway there? Steady on car. Right, let's go ahead and set our flaps to 5. We can set the speed brake to armed for rejected takeoff. Flaps are going down now. Full left, full right, full aft, full forward. Full down. Full up. Looks good. Full and free. For our flight controls there. Okay, we'll take the next right, which is Mike. Mike will then take us onto the threshold of our runway that we need to be flying out, which is 26 left, so as you can see, 26 left. Okay, just before we depart, caution recalls, no warnings. That's looking good. Flaps are set, recalls checked, flight controls checked, flaps set, trim set to 4.5 verified. Flight directors are on, master is captain flying, and yeah, first officers are on as well. All looks good. Transponder to TARA, that's one thing we've not done, so let's go ahead and do that. Transponders to TARA. And we can go ahead and verify that the weather radars all looking good as well, so turn the radar. Cool, so we are ready for departure, so strobe lights can now go on. Landing lights can go on. Runway turn off lights can go on as well for departure as well. For departure, engine starters can go on to continuous. Auto throttle can be armed. Approach is clear. Okay, cabin crew, just let them know we're all lined up. Oh, the button on this thing is so finicky. There's the button there. Oh my goodness. That's me checking auto throttle.
80 knots.
Aircraft's going on. 80 knots checked.
B1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Positive rate, clear up. Checked. Okay, speed checked. Flaps. 2. Speed checked. Flaps selected to 1, and then as we go above the flaps up speed, we can retract the flaps fully. Auto brakes can go to normal. Auto brakes can go to off. Let's go ahead and yeah, speed brake can go to off. Okay. Landing lights stay on until 10,000 feet. All of the lights can go off. Okay, flaps. Retraction speed looks good. Speed 230. Accept. Okay, straight out departure, turn right, and Inver is our first waypoint, first leg. Now we need to monitor as we go above 6,000 feet. We need to go ahead and change from altitude to flight level, so we can just set this to standard. Okay. Yeah, 6,000 feet, we can set this to standard, we can set this one to standard, that's set, and this can go to standard as well, which it is, they're all synchronized. Toga, this is Toga, right? I did click that button and it didn't do anything, so I need to find out. Because I've got an Airbus throttle, TCA, throttle controls, yeah, it's not as good with it doesn't integrate so well. But anyway, let's look at our view out here. So to the right we have Guildford, to the left we have Godalming. So we're just flying over Surrey really, so to the right. Once it levels out and we can see to the right, you should be able to see, in fact, let's look at the, yeah, that's the town of Guildford there, just to the right there. Anyway, 10,000 feet, so landing lights can be switched off now, and seatbelt signs can go to auto.
Then the specials. Thank you to each of you, and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. Now reach an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available, complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
We're at 26,000 feet already. Looking good. It's been 20 minutes since we pushed back from our gate there. So let's see how this flight is progressing. Nearly at top of climb as well. This thing does really climb like a rocket. I guess I understand why the cruise altitude was flight level 320. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and what's going on? Thousand checked checked from 32,000 feet of flight level 320. Looks good. Cruise, what we are doing is route's looking good. No inconsistencies. Yeah, what we can do is just chill for now. If we go back to the flight progress page there, we can see the top of descent is 21:02, so about 15 minutes from now, really. Let's go ahead and ask the cabin crew to provide us with some refreshments. And then now we can just come off the flight. There is one thing I find very annoying about the 737, especially in the, I guess in the real aircraft, I don't know what it'd be like. It'd probably be the same. But this, you can constantly hear the trim wheel going up and down, especially if it's turbulent. It'll just be going up and down all through the flight. You're thinking like, what's that, sound? Whereas on an Airbus, just there is nothing like, well, there is a trim wheel, but certainly doesn't make this noise. I'll go ahead and see if I can turn it down or turn it off. It's quite annoying. Mute trim wheel is on, yeah. Cool. I have done that now, so, because it was getting a bit annoying. To me anyway. I know it's in real life, you can't turn it off, but I don't know. I haven't flown a 737 in real life to know how bad it is. Okay, here we are. It is 9:03, so it's time for we're at top of descent. So let's start descending. Descending now. Three 3,000 feet. Our throttle's gone to idle, and we started our descent. So vertical deviation, yeah, we're about 2.3, 2,500 feet. Let's get the oh gosh, what's going on here? We've got our spoilers up. We can start sort of descending a little bit faster to get that vertical deviation sorted out. Oh, keeps doing that. This is the thing with using the Airbus, it keeps manually selecting the throttle, so it keeps putting me out. Okay, so we're going down now. We're slowly catching up with where we need to be in terms of altitude. But yeah, XPlane has come a long way with its clouds and atmospheric conditions. Okay, vertical deviation's decreasing steadily, but decreasing nonetheless. That looks good. Okay, only about 500 feet higher than we need to be. That's coming in. Coming in nicely, so "13 minutes time we are expected to be at Lampo, Lampo being our point we're going to intercept. Let's get rid of the speed brake now, because we are less than 100 feet vertical deviation. So yes, as I was saying, we're at 13 minutes, 12 minutes now to Lampo, Lampo being the point at which we are going to intercept. The ILS for runway 28 left. Let's go ahead and put the seatbelt signs on. Fasten seatbelt signs.
We're starting a slow descent at this time. We would like to ask you to return to your seats, fasten up your seatbelts for the duration of the flight. Been a pleasure having you on board with us. Thanks for flying with Delta today. I can fly attendants. Go ahead and prepare the cabin for our arrival, please.
At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle.
Okay, we've got Irkham coming up next, 6.5 nautical miles, after which we are going to be heading over to Lipko, and then we are going to turn slight right to Lampo. It's a 26-mile leg from Lipko to Lampo, during which we're going to get the aircraft configured for approach. So as we descend now below 10,000 feet in a short while, we will set our landing lights on. Let's go ahead and do that now, actually. Actually, let's go ahead and Let's go ahead and set all of this up for approach now as we approach Lipgo. So we will be flaps. Flaps 30. So our VREF is going to be 147. ILS is 111.35, so we do have to set this ourselves. Ah, here we are. 111.35. ILS, not VOR. 113.5. Switch that to active. Okay, as we no, as we pass Lipko now, we are just going to descend below 10,000 feet just as we reach that point. So you can see we steadied off our climb, descent there, and then now back on a steady descent. So the approach today is runway 28 left at the IDW Dublin. Frequencies are set for the ILS 111.35, which is the India Delta Whiskey. The course is going to be 278 for runway. Okay. And drag required. Go ahead and select that. So 278 needs to go on the course. And again, these are the differences between the Airbus and the Boeing. You don't need to do this on an Airbus. Let's clear that message there. Okay, we do want to intercept Lampo at speed 190, 3,000 feet or above. So we are going to start decelerating in 10 nautical miles here. Right, let's go ahead and select that, and we can start setting up our minimums. So minimum for the ILS we are going to set as 300, and that will be radio. Why is that not letting me? Ah, here we go. Radio. 300 feet. Radio altimeter is selected. Okay, descent. Auto brake we can select as 1. Not quite nice long runway. Quite a nice long runway at Dublin, so we don't need to be so aggressive on the braking. And let's start setting up our here we are. DME is now live. IDW is selected. Course 278. DME is saying we're about 17 miles from the. Let's start thinking about slowing down. Oh. Okay, as we go below feet, let's select. Okay. So the weather at Dublin is winds are 220 at 5 knots, variable between 200 and 280. Wind prefer runways 282, 28 left and right. QNH is 997, so let's go ahead and select 997. So here we are on flap up speed, so we can start selecting the flaps. And as we do, we can do VOR localizer. We can arm that. As we intercept the localizer, we can then start to set there we are, there's Dublin there. So as we start that left turn, we can now select approach as well.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go checked, and we are about to intercept the glide slope as well. So here we are turning final. Okay, speed looks good. So localizer looks good. Right now we are going to level off at 3,000 as we intercept there we are, glide slope there. So glide slope now intercepted. And select both autopilots A and B, and at intercept we can set flaps to 15 and gear down. So we'll select gear down, flaps 15. Everything happens quite quickly at this stage. As you know, like landing is the critical phase of the flight, so we can start to set our VREF, which
2,500.
checked. Radio altimeter alive. Six nautical miles DME. Flaps 25 at the moment. We're at VREF speed, flaps 30 set. Okay, land 3. Both autopilots are connected, but at 1,000 we are going to take manual control of the aircraft. There's 1,000. Flying manually now.
Approaching minimums. Minimum.
Check, continue, runway visible. 2 whites, 2 reds.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
80 knots.
Checked.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated with your seatbelts securely fastened until the captain has parked the aircraft at the gate and turned off the seatbelt sign. This will be your one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move about the cabin. Please be reminded to use caution when opening the overhead bins to prevent injuries from articles that may have shifted when landing. You may now use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we taxi to the gate. However, your laptop computers and larger electronics must remain stowed. We invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your stand miles account. If any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claims, or any other information, a uniformed Delta agent leading this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, let's start cleaning up the aircraft. Flaps can be retracted, and
I'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again.
there we are, 1 hour, 4 minutes since we pushed back at Gatwick. We are now taxiing to our gate. So today we are going to taxi to stand 314. I've got a little bit of a way to go to stand 304. 314 even. So we're going to take the second left. That comes to us, not the first one. So not these, but the second one. So we are now with that nice and light, the aircraft, even on idle throttle, is taxiing fairly fast. So you just got to keep monitoring the ground speed. Make sure it doesn't get too out of control. As we do this turn, we've got to be nice and slow. We are going to cross the runway. Let's imagine we have had our clearance to do so. Just checking left and right. And again, we're going to take the second right turn. That will allow us to taxi to our gate 314. Yeah, 314 is as busy as got an aircraft. 31. What's that one there? That one looks free. Let's take that one. Okay, 403 right. Actually, let's take the 403. Actually, take 403. Yeah, it looks good. Let's go ahead and set the parking brake. Start switching all these lights off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure.
Okay.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please. I'll take an all call.
Okay, engines have been shut down. Let's get the external power connected. Start shutting off these systems. Alright, that was our flight into Dublin. Not bad. Let's have a look how the landing was like. Not bad, not bad. Cool. Anyway, that's another flight done. Ciao.